These two could not be more different. Welcome back to Smile with R&D. I'm super excited to be back for Disney's Villains vs. Heroes series. I know it's the heroes versus villains, but I just love villains. And this week is no exception. We're pulling from two very different eras. We have from 1953, a movie that has stand the test of time. We're talking about Peter Pan, and the character that we're going to focus in on, the villain, is Captain Hook. And he's going to go up against a very different kind of character this week. From our hero side, we have, from the Soul movie, Joe Gardner, the jazz musician. It's a very interesting head-to-head this week, I feel like. I love both these characters. Joe Gardner is definitely a different kind of hero, but nevertheless, he is a hero. So let's get into it. When it comes to even just how they look, I'm going to start right into this movie. I love Captain Hook and how iconic he is, from his velvet red coat to his hook as a hand to his captain hat with the feather coming out. Just perfection. And he's got that slender look. He's hand-drawn, which is very different from our hero side, which comes to us from 2020's Soul. And Joe Gardner is much more down to earth, very realistic looking. His glasses, he's the slender look as well. And he's also got a kind of iconic with his pork pie hat. You're even going to recognize him when he becomes a soul because he's still wearing the hat. So I love that both characters have hats that I feel are iconic. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think both hats are iconic? Is one more iconic than the other? I'm interested to see. We'll get into their powers and abilities. Hook is scary and intelligent and an amazing swordsman. And that's awesome. And he's definitely been a villain for many, many years, and he's tested the time, forget the saying, but he's lasted, and he's been so iconic all these years. Joe Gardner is much newer, only about 5 years old, and his journey shows us that his power is the jazz, the music. It takes you out of this world. Well, I think one of his abilities too is the teaching, and I think he learns that through his journey in the movie. And that's his power, is teaching. So we have the swordsman and very intelligent versus the musician and the teacher. So let's talk about the iconic parts of their movies, which really stand out. In Peter Pan, Hook's most iconic scene is, of course, where he's fighting Peter. And he's going back and forth with the swords, and in a comedic kind of twist, he's scared of a crocodile, who, to be fair, did take his hand. And so anytime the Lost Boys bring out a clock, he gets nervous and scared, and it's hilarious. And
Peter, what about Tiger Lily?
Tiger Lily? Oh, Tiger Lily.
we switch over to Soul. Joe Gardner's iconic moments. I think the most iconic moment, of course, is when he gives up his chance to go back and have a life, to give 22 the chance to live their life. And it's sweet, and it shows how much he grew.
But Joe, this means you won't get to...
It's okay. I already did. Now it's your turn.
And I also love, in this movie, watching the kid come to Joe Gardner's apartment. I feel like in that moment, Joe Gardner gets a glimpse of what his power really was. And he always thought his gift was just the music, but he's learning that his gift was the teaching.
Here, I quit. I think jazz is pointless.
Oh, yeah, jazz is definitely pointless.
Hey,
In fact, All of school is a waste of time.
Of course. Like my mentor George Orwell used to say, state-sponsored education is like the rattling of a stick inside a swill bucket.
Yeah.
The ruling class's core curriculum stifles dissent. It's the oldest trick in the book.
What are you talking about? She doesn't care about any of
I've been
that.
saying that since the 3rd grade.
You know,
Now, when we go head to head with these two, you have to talk about their hats. Because Captain Hook is known for the captain hat with the feather coming out. And of course, Joe Gardner is known for the pork pied hat. And I hope I'm saying that right. And you even recognize him when he becomes a soul and he leaves his body. How you recognize his soul is because of the hat. That's how I think it was to him.
All right, time to break this down into our pros and cons list for each character. Starting with Captain Hook of Peter Pan. The pros: master swordsman. Decades of combat experience make him deadly in any duel. Cunning strategist. Creates elaborate traps and thinks several steps ahead. A built-in weapon. That hook isn't just for show, it's a lethal advantage. Entertainment gold. Perfect blend of menacing villain and comedic moments. The cons: crocodile phobia, completely paralyzed by fear when he hears that ticking clock. Fragile ego. Vanity and pride make him predictable and easy to manipulate. Revenge obsessed. His single-minded focus on Peter Pan blinds him to everything else. And now, for Joe Gardner from Soul. The pros: life-changing teacher, natural ability to see potential in others and unlock their purpose. Soul realm wisdom, literally experienced death and the great before. Understanding life's deeper meaning. Emotional intelligence. Deep empathy allows him to connect and transform people from within. Personal growth, evolve from obsessive dreamer to someone who appreciates every moment. The cons: zero combat skills. Middle school teacher with absolutely no fighting experience or training. Goal blindness. Can become so focused on dreams that he misses the immediate dangers. And wisdom takes time. His greatest strength requires conversation, not instant action.
I cannot wait to see who you guys vote for in the end because these movies are amazing. Pixar brought us Soul, so it more definitely Pixar art, so CGI, and Hook comes from Peter Pan, which is all hand drawn. Which one do you prefer?
Please like, hype, subscribe, and share.
Is our villain Captain Hook going to the next round, or is our hero Joe Gardner? Let me know in the comments below. We will be counting the votes down below on this video and also on our post page. Thank you for all the votes that have come through so far on this series. I'm enjoying all of them and enjoying all your comments, so keep them coming. And remember, find a reason to smile today. Bye, everybody.